Now tonight on WHAS 11 News at 5, a mobile home explosion in Salem, Indiana, taking the life of a woman and injuring two others. Investigators have been on location for much of the day. The tug of war over attending a popular middle school near the parklands of Floyd's Fork, already at capacity. JCPS has a plan for overcrowding at Echo Trail, and it isn't sitting well with parents. We have a live report from a big community meeting tonight. Plus, you've heard a lot about large data centers. One is already being built in an industrial area of Louisville. A new report is also tracking the financial impact of data centers. Right now at this hour, authorities are working to determine the cause of an early morning mobile home explosion in southern Indiana. A woman is dead and two others are hurt. And hello, everyone. Thank you very much for being with us at 5. I'm Doug Proffitt. Connie is off tonight. The fire chief of Salem, Indiana, Mark Day, says reports of the incident came in just after 1:30 in the morning on Rainier Drive, and that's a cul-de-sac off of Old State Road 60 in Salem. When crews arrived, flames were shooting out of the mobile home. A woman died at the scene while two others were able to escape, and they were taken to local hospitals. Chief Day says it was not a natural gas explosion and assured residents that there is no ongoing threat to the community. Right here tonight, overcrowding pushing JCPS to rethink its boundary lines. A new school, Echo Trail Middle School, which sits on the edge of the parklands of Floyd's Fork, is already over capacity, and it's drawing the district's attention tonight. Now, JCPS is proposing a change to redraw the boundaries and then divert some of those students over to Crosby Middle School in Douglas Hills. Well, tonight the district is holding first of two community information sessions to talk about these changes. And WHAS 11 Night Team's Alex Dieterer and photojournalist Levi Hammer are live with us from Eastern High School tonight for one of these meetings, less than an hour out from that meeting. And what kind of crowd are you expecting there tonight? Alex, what are you expecting to hear?
Well, Doug, we're here at Eastern High School right now, and high school students are still leaving from their day, but we are expecting a big crowd of parents and community members to talk about Echo Trail Middle School, which is a relatively new school that just opened back in 2023. But JCPS board member James Craig said that this middle school is already at 125% capacity, and they're looking to move some of those students to Crosby Middle School, which he says is only at 80% capacity. While JCPS board member Taylor Everett told us that the enrollment at this rate is expected to rise to 133% by 2027 at Echo Trail Middle School. So as a solution, the district has proposed a boundary adjustment, and if this plan passes, the area closest to the Gene Snyder Freeway will be reassigned from Echo Trail to Crosby Middle. Everett said rezoning was the cheapest option. This comes as the school does face a $188 million budget deficit. Now, earlier this month, we spoke to a parent whose child is supposed to go to Echo Trail, and she called Echo Trail the perfect school for her family.
I know that Echo Trail has an excellent reputation as of now, and a lot of people want to get in on that.
The board originally was supposed to vote on this proposal last Tuesday at their board meeting, but it was pulled off of the agenda in order for the district to host a series of these community forums for public input. And now in just under an hour here at Eastern High School is the first community forum for community members and parents to voice their opinions and concerns for this potential rezoning. Again, this community forum is held at the auditorium from 6 to 7 tonight. We'll have a full report on this meeting tonight on the night team after the game. For now, live in Louisville, Alex Dieterer, WHAS 11 on your side.
All right, look forward to seeing how big that crowd becomes. Thank you very much, Alex, there at Eastern High School for that meeting. Right here at 5, a new development to a story we first told you about on Friday. The governor of Kentucky taking quick action today and restoring funding for the state-funded meals program for seniors, but this is going to be temporary relief. Now, here's what we know tonight. The state's senior meals program has been forced to roll back some services after spending way more than what was budgeted to last through next summer. Now, amid concern from citizens and pressure from Republican Kentucky lawmakers, Governor Andy Beshear has made the decision today to move an extra $9 million to the program to meet the growing need.
But I think those seniors that were worried about not getting their meals are going to be able to get them at least through the end of this fiscal year, and then we'll see.
The governor says in years past they've been able to use COVID relief dollars to cover the difference if localities spend more than what the state budgeted. But he says those COVID-era funds have since dried up. It's why he says his finance cabinet is now searching for better ways to get the most out of the current funding levels. And the governor's warning that this could mean changes to how the program works beyond next year. Well, today, Governor Andy Beshear also says the federal government shutdown is now impacting SNAP benefits, with more than 600,000 Kentuckians at risk of losing their food assistance next month. The Trump administration has ordered the state not to put out SNAP benefits for November, leaving families in limbo as the shutdown now enters its fourth week.
My hope is that the folks in D.C. will understand the American people are not a negotiating tool. Things like affordable health care, support for food, those aren't political props. They are nonpartisan issues our families need and deserve.
Beshear says his administration is ready to process benefits as soon as federal funds are released, adding that food security is not a partisan issue and urging Washington to end the stalemate. Well, we had a picture-perfect beautiful fall weekend shaping up with a huge change into fall on Sunday, and Chief Meteorologist Mallory Schnell is back with us here now. And Mallory, today you have these beautiful skies, but I got to tell you, every day this week you're going to be reaching for a heavier and then a heavier coat.
Yes, because we could have some 30s and 40s for low temperatures later on this week. Some patchy frost possible by Thursday morning and Friday morning, so keep that in mind. It's that time of year, late October is when we typically see it. But today we have nothing but blue sky and sunshine as we take a live look outside from our Bachman Auto Group Shriners Children's camera here. Temperatures in the Louisville metro are in the mid to upper 60s. We have a bit of a breeze coming in from the south around 14 miles per hour, and that air, it's dry with dew points in the 30s and your relative humidity around 30%. We have had a bit of a breeze today coming in with gusts 15 to 25 miles per hour. Expect these gusts to really pick up for tomorrow. That's when we could have some wind gusts between 25 to 35 miles per hour. That's for your Tuesday. Satellite and radar extremely quiet across our region here, but we will have a front that will approach us later on tonight. So once that sun does set, that's before 7 p.m. now. Our sunset is at 6:58. Expect those temperatures to drop down to the 50s. They'll stay pretty steady in the 50s with a few sprinkles possible. We will take a look at the rest of the work week forecast. That's coming up in just a bit, Doug.
Mallory, thanks so much. You know, we've been telling you a lot right here about data centers in Kentuckiana. They are designed to power technologies like artificial intelligence, AI. They have the potential to also raise your utility rates. But a new report says the centers could bring millions of dollars, tax dollars, right here to Metro Louisville. Our Ian Hardwick's been covering data centers since a massive project was announced for Southwest Louisville. So, Ian, what's the community benefit here? We're talking Campground Road, already in an industrial area, but they are building the data center in what was vacant land there.
Yeah, it's about $68 million just in local tax revenue that's supposed to be coming in with this. Most of that would go to JCPS. This report also gives us an idea of just how many jobs this huge project will create.
157 acres along Campground Road near Rubbertown. That's the footprint of Kentucky's first hyperscale data center. A new report from Lexington-based Commonwealth Economics says 210 permanent six-figure jobs will open here, all keeping computers, powering technology like artificial intelligence humming along.
The economic benefits are there, and that's what we saw when we gave them the tax break in Frankfurt.
Metro Councilman Kevin Bratcher helped draw the industry to Kentucky as a state legislator, passing a tax break on their computer equipment. The report estimates $68 million in annual tax revenue for the project once it's fully online in 2030. $45 million would go towards JCPS, $10 million would go towards Louisville Metro government. The last $12 million would fund Pleasure Ridge Park Fire Department.
New property owners paying into the pot is what we want.
Local developer Poe Companies partnered with Virginia's Powerhouse Data Centers for this project. In Loudoun County, Virginia, where Powerhouse builds and sells data centers, the local government has steadily reduced residential property tax rates as data center revenues shot up. Here in Louisville, the developers are building on land already zoned for industrial use. At full capacity, this one center will consume 68% of the electricity used by all of LG&E's residential customers. It has the potential to raise rates.
And I've been told by LG&E that it's not going to be a significant problem. Of course, like I said, the devil's in the details.
Bratcher sits on Metro Council's Planning and Zoning Committee. It's currently developing rules for where data centers can go in Louisville and how they can operate.
As long as it's away from residential areas and not affecting schools or roads too much, we could use the revenue from it.
A series of public meetings on how Metro government will regulate these data centers. That starts next week. The first is at Locust Grove next Tuesday. The second at Southwest Regional Library next Wednesday. All meetings take place from 5:30 until 7:30 p.m. Live in studio, I'm Ian Hardwitt for WHAS on your side.
Ian, thank you very much. Two brothers are facing charges tonight connected to their younger brother's murder at a Fern Creek apartment complex. This happened about 3 on Sunday morning at Brentlinger Park Drive. Metro Police arrived to find 30-year-old Darrell E. Burnett Jr. with multiple gunshot wounds. He died shortly after that at Louisville's University Hospital. His brothers, 37-year-old Darrell R. Burnett and 36-year-old Kiara Page, were in court earlier today. Burnett is charged with murder and Page is charged with assault. While reading the police report, the judge detailed what surveillance cameras captured.
Video obtained from the scene shows the victim and co-defendant in a physical altercation. Below listed co-defendant is then seen on the video surveillance exiting the residence with a rifle, fatally shooting the victim in the head.
Burnett, who's charged with murder, remains in jail tonight on a bond of $500,000. His brother Page was given a $75,000 bond. Both will be back in court on October 28th. Heads up, drivers, if you drive downtown, an emergency sewer repair has now forced the partial closure of Market Street between 3rd and 4th Streets. This video just into our newsroom within the past hour in downtown Louisville. The workers on the scene there. Louisville MSD says they hope to finish the repairs and fully open the street again by Thursday. Keep in mind, Market Street down to 1 lane. MSD says many of these lines have been in operation for over 75 years, with approximately 43 miles of them made of brick. And the Louisville Democratic Party says Gary Clemens is its nominee for the special election coming up to fill David Yates' state Senate seat. Clemens was born and raised in Louisville, served in the Army Reserves, and leads the local United Steelworkers Union. As of this newscast, the Jefferson County GOP has not named its candidate. The special election for State Senate District 37 is on Tuesday, December 16th. 2 Republican lawmakers in Kentucky plan to file bills honoring the life of Charlie Kirk next year. Kirk, a conservative activist, was assassinated on September 10th while speaking on a Utah college campus. Senator Steve Rawlings and Representative T.J. Roberts say that their legislation would designate October 14th, Kirk's birthday, as Charlie Kirk Day in Kentucky. In September, the House already passed a resolution designating October 14th as the National Day of Remembrance for Charlie Kirk. The lawmakers plan to file the new legislation on the first day of the 2026 regular session.